Rick? It's now 10:01. I'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with roll call. All three districts are present. The notice of meeting was properly posted on April 18th, 2024. We'll start with number one, discussion and possible action regarding approval of minutes from April 9th.
I'll move approval.
Huh? You're not second? Was there anything that we need to look at? Okay, I'll second that. And we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
No further discussion on the minutes? Is there anything that you wanted to discuss on Dr. White? Okay. So we'll move on to number two, which is discussion and possible action regarding returning remaining of funds in ARPA project 10117 Sheriff's Camera System in the amount of $53.01 to the main ARPA 1415 account. This project was formally closed out and has no more expenditures. Danielle is joining us today via Teams. Hi, Danielle.
Hey, good morning. Yes, it's a pretty straightforward item. At the previous P&G meeting, you guys accepted the formal closeout of the project, and this is the remaining amount in that project total. So it will roll back to the 1415 account and can later be reallocated.
Okay, do I have a motion for number two?
I'll motion we close out number two.
And this is a recommendation to the board.
Or recommendation.
And there'll be trailer items at budget board.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I amend my motion to recommend that we approve the closeout of this item.
Do I have a second? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye. I'm doing it. Sorry.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, number three is discussion possible action regarding returning the remaining funds of ARPA project 10073 BOCC Detention Center HVAC in the amount of $2,483,530 to the main ARPA 1415 account for reallocation.
That is what's remaining in the HVAC project. There is a small amount that has been pulled out of the original authorization amount because it was for the owner's rep fee. So that fee will stay with that associated project. And when this project is reallocated, whether through salary and benefit dollars or revenue replacement dollars, we will then transfer those funds to this project. But this would bring that $2 million amount back to 1415 for reallocation.
Danielle, maybe I'm wrong here, but I thought there was going to be a companion item to discuss the potential use of the revenue replacement funds for the HVAC.
I do not have that item on there. I was under the impression we were waiting to get the quotes for the HVAC price. I don't know that we have the price determined yet.
Stacy said we wouldn't have those quotes until possibly May.
Okay. All right.
Any questions? And then I believe the thought was, which once we approve this, is number four, which would use those funds for that fund insurance. So we can move on if we get approval to reallocate or return those funds.
I'll motion to recommend that we return those funds to the main ARPA 1415 account.
Okay. Colton, would you consider an amendment to return deduct the can we do a transfer directly from this HVAC allocation to the front entrance project. And then the remainder be returned for reallocation.
So you're saying you want to transfer the funds for the overrun of the front entrance from this fund? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To project 10067.
Yep. I recommend that we transfer the overrun or the funds to ARPA project 10067 for the annex front entrance.
So just make sure, Colton, I understand. In item 3, we are going to recommend that we would transfer $678,945.40 to ARPA project 10067, and then the remainder of the funds currently allocated to project 10073, the detention center HVAC, would be returned to the main ARPA 1415 account for potential reallocation.
Correct.
Was that your motion?
Yes.
Okay. I was clarifying what Colton said.
I'm going to motion we transfer $678,945.40 to ARPA project 10067 engineering annex front entrance, with the remainder of those funds going back to the ARPA 1415 account.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 And then that takes us to number 4, which is discussion and possible action in regards to reallocating those funds, which we just did in number 3.
You want a motion to strike?
We'll motion to
There
strike.
you go.
Thank you. And have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Number 5 is discussion and possible action regarding adoption of the time spent supporting documentation for ARPA project 10043 Sheriff's Payroll and Benefits 321 through 621 to release the remaining project total in the amount not to exceed $3,718,179.02. Danielle, you want to give us an explanation on this?
Absolutely. So this project, following it, were both previously approved, and the special revenue portion of those projects have been released, but not the general fund portion. So, and the special revenue only covered the school resource officers. So now that we have the documentation from the Sheriff's Department that supports the amount of time spent responding to COVID-19, we're able to move forward with releasing the general fund dollars, because that covers the other units, like the judicial unit within the Sheriff's Department. So this allows us to release those remaining funds, since we do have that supporting documentation and we do have those payroll numbers from them.
So am I reading this correctly, that they'll receive that roughly 4 million, and then the roughly a little over 11 million will go back to general fund?
So both of those will go,
Will go
back, to
back,
the general
okay.
fund. Both the 3 million and the roughly 4 million and the 11 will both go back to general fund.
Okay. They were just two different time spans. Is that the?
Right.
Okay. Okay. Thoughts on this item? You, Joe? No? Okay. Do I have a
Thank you to
motion?
the sheriff's office.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Andrea. Okay, do I have a motion for number 5 and 6, which is also what we discussed? Those funds will go back into general fund.
I'll motion to approve items 5 and 6.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then finally, number 7 is the discussion and possible action regarding policies, processes, procedures, and the status report related to planning, oversight, and administration of Oklahoma County's ARPA funding allocation. Danielle.
We do not have a report at this time, but wanted to leave the item on there in case there was something you guys wanted to discuss. It allows us kind of that opportunity to bring up new items as needed. But we don't have any action items on the Accenture end right now, other than having just gotten all those agenda items through.
Okay. Any questions? Okay. So no action on number 7. Any citizen participation? Seeing none. Any board comments?
No, thank you.
None. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.